It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Who knows what we're in store for here? And it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And, Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
And we are underway in Buffalo. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. On the first snap, here's Mayfield. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him. Yeah,
it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down at will.
That's a very nice game there, a confidence-building run. Love the execution up front, and the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Mayfield now from the 50. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Mayfield now. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Here's Mayfield. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Sterling Shepard from 8 yards out.
And the Bucs have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more pressures towards the quarterback.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And in this league, there are many quarterbacks who have their most success running the ball, while there are others who have big arms. But there aren't too many guys who can do both, and at the end of many games, this guy leads his team not just in passing, but in rushing as well.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. It's caught by Coleman. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
Here's Allen to throw it. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Coleman. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
2nd and 10.
Allen. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to the offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Allen. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
They run for the first time with James Cook.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. 8 yards that time. Able to take off, and the result is a first down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
2nd and 5.
To throw, Mayfield. Finding Otten once more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Mayfield to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
This 2nd and 4.
Mayfield looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Mayfield with it once more.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it, so on comes the field goal unit. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will stay a 4-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
A final shot before half for Allen. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen, he's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the gun, it's Allen.
Got it complete to Khalil Shakir.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Completes to Shakir once again.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Has his man, it's Shakir.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
To the air, Allen. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Yaya Diaby, he's the one who got in there. He gets the sack. A 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Allen.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion forced there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Shakir hauls it in.
They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, off goes Allen. On comes Tyler Bass for the Buffalo field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete left side to Shepard. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Now Mayfield. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, try to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. Mayfield down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
That is caught. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Mayfield. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to get the lead up to 4. And his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. Allen and the Bills now. Down 10-6. Just over a minute 40 to play. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Allen.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
To throw is Allen.
So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Now Allen.
Yeah, that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Throwing, Allen.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And they will take a knee here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros.
Well, you really can't ask for much more than what we just had here. Not only a close game that went down to the wire, Charles, but a clean one, too. No turnovers in this contest.
And I think you're exactly right about that. To me, this is just a pair of offenses trying to find the slightest bit of separation from each other. And they were both hoping that the other side would make the big mistake first. But today, neither side made that mistake. And what we got, a very entertaining game throughout.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.